Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I have the 3C Maison Kitsune review for you guys because I had these products a couple of months already, but I've been using them and all that, but I just didn't come around recording and then editing. So then I thought that I'm gonna record today and edit today and then upload it today as well. So yes, so this is the completed look. I actually kind of use all the products from this Kitsune line with 3 concept eyes, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you guys are interested on the swatches, the reviews of the eye switch, the eye palette, increasing step, and one of the velvet lip tints, then carry on watching. Okay, alright, so I'm just gonna cut off a little bit of my head, but just gonna roll with it. So yep, this is all the products that I got from the Maison Kitsune 3CE collaboration. I don't have all of their products because I just feel like a lot of the products I don't really use, so I thought that it will be good to just, you know, buy a specific feel that I really like and roll on with it. So yep, I got 3 of their so I actually got 3 of their I'm not sure what you call this, but they are those like eye switch. Yeah, so they actually have those that from the original line, and they have these 3 that are released with the Maison Kitsune products, like the line. So yeah, the 3 colors I have is Petal, Dalsegno, is it? I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Yeah, Dalsegno or something like that. And the other one is Oh Honey. Yeah, so actually this is not really like a first impression anymore, because I actually did try almost all the products, except maybe not use 1 or 2 of them. Yep. So these are the 3 products over here. So this is Petal, which I really like. It's like a very, I don't know how to call it. Do you call this holographic? But it's like the kind of very chromy kind of color. And they have Oh Honey, which is a very green gold kind of glitter. And they also have the Dalsegno. I don't know how to pronounce this, but yes, this one is more of like a copper rose gold kind of color, which is also really beautiful. But I think if you want extreme sparkle, then Petal is the one to go. So yep, I got this product. So I'm going to swatch for you guys. I think the first thing when I got this product, it really shocked me because the applicator is actually a plastic applicator. So when I first applied it, I kind of just poked myself with it, because if you thought that it's like supposed to be like a brush tip, it's very soft, you know, very bendable. Yeah, so it looks like this, right? So this applicator here, can you guys see it? Yeah, I hope you guys can see it. Yes, so this is the sponge, like plastic applicator. It's quite soft, but it's definitely pokey when you first apply it, especially the glitters are a little bit chunkier, so when you apply it, it kind of just pokes me. So I was like, oh my goodness. But yes, the color is really, really beautiful. I'm not sure if okay, so this is the color. I'm not sure you guys can see it, but yes, this is it. I think I should apply a little bit more. When I first got them, it is so, the applicator picked up so much product that it actually literally I have to scrape them off. Yep, and the next one is Oh Honey. This one I think I like the gold, but I feel like because of the green shimmer in it, it's not as wearable as I would like them to be. Did you guys see there's like a green shift? Yep. And yeah, that's the reason why I feel like it's very difficult to pair, because it kind of runs a little bit green. And then of course this one is Dalsegno or Dalsegno. probably it's a Korean pronunciation. The kitten come out. The kitten, this is very similar to kitten from Stella. So that looks like that. In the camera it looks a bit blue, right? But in real life it's really very silvery with a hint of copper base, like rose gold based. So this is very iridescent. Yes, that's the word, iridescent. So look at this. Yep. So I really like them, and they're just sparkle party. Like I really like. They just really bring a lot of light to your eyes. If you guys are wondering, for the past 2 videos that I have been doing, I use this to top it off, like around my ear cell and on top of my eyelids. So it kind of, I don't know, when I'm editing the videos, I feel like when I turn, you know, my head and the glitter caught the light, it's really beautiful. It reflects almost like every single time. So I was really impressed. Yeah, so these are the 3 eye switch that I got. And of course I cannot forget about this eye palette. There is 2, but I only get Freezing Step, which is the pinkier one. It's in my makeup bag because, like I said, I like products that are very compact, so I don't bring a lot, but I have everything that I need. So yeah, this is the palette by itself. Okay, so I got Freezing Step because I feel like it's more wearable, and I don't quite like 2 orange blushes, which is actually in the warmer palette, so like the orange palette, so I don't really like it, so I went for this one. So when you open it, this one is better than the Mode Recipe because it has a mirror, and then they come with this like 3 CEs Down Under times Maison Kitsune kind of plastic cover, and this is the product. Yep, so they have like 6 shadows and they have a blush for you, which I think is very convenient. But I have to say, this blush, it looks very like peach, like pastel peach color, but on the face it kind of pulls a little bit neon. So I feel like unless you're going for the very youthful, very bright look, if not, this one will not do you any good, because for me I feel like it's a little bit too fluorescent for my liking. So unless I'm touching up, if not, I would not use this blush at all. But then again, the formulation is really nice, and I'm going to apply everything here onto my face to show you guys how it performs and everything. So overall, that's a brief review. I feel like the glitter shades are wonderful. You have to pack them on with your fingers. I feel like if you use a brush, nothing really packs on, and in certain lighting you might feel like, hey, the glitters are not showing up and stuff like that. But if you go into a place with like a stronger white light, then you can see a lot of the glitters showing up. So do be mindful, don't go on a heavy hand, because I think once I did I kind of just touch up my makeup, and in the bathroom lighting I can't really see. So when I went to meet my friends and I went to go to the toilet, and then I go to the toilet in the shopping mall, I realized that my eyes are like glistening with like glitters and everything. So you have to be careful, but I feel like they are all very beautiful colors. And if you have like very like puffy eyelids like I do, and pink color is something that you have to be very careful, especially when you're applying. And this palette have a little bit of issue because this one is like straight up pink, and this one, although it looks a bit muted, is actually, it pulls off peach pink. So it pulls off on my eyes very similar to this color, in my opinion, rather than this muted kind of skin color. Yep, and this one is very pinkish. So you do have to be mindful how to create and what kind of looks to create. I think it's very nice, especially if you're very fair and your eyes aren't as puffy as mine are. Yep, but then I also really like this color because this is like a burgundy, like it's a wine brown, I would say, like a not really like a chocolatey, but it's chocolate with a little bit of redness to it. So it's very nice, and it looks very beautiful when you want to accentuate your outer V, or like a shadow to kind of just smoke out your eyeliner. It's really beautiful. But I don't like this flashy shade. It's very nice to blend out and just to soften all the pinks and, you know, this kind of pink colors in the palette. So you'll have like a softer overall look. And I like that this one is good for topping over shadows, and this one is very good for more like a ague style look. Yeah, so but for me, I just mix them two. As you guys can see, I did dip quite a little bit in this too, because you have to get your hands in to kind of pack it on. Yep, and I usually use this when I'm touching up or for touch-up purposes. So I don't really use brushes. I don't really bring brushes with me because I feel like a lot of the brushes that I bring with me usually fray easily. So I tend not to bring my brushes out, and I use my fingers with this. Except for this blush, I would try to bring like a retractable blush brush with me so that I can actually use it. But if not, then I will just pack it with my fingers, which is also really nice. So yeah, so let's get started. Okay, I think, I'm not sure you guys can see. I'm gonna sit closer. Can you guys see me? Yeah. Okay, probably so up close and personal. Okay, so I'm gonna do like my everyday look with this shadow, like how I usually normally do my eyes with this palette when I'm touching them up. Yep, so first thing is I'll always go in with this shade over here. Just pack onto my brush. I'm using a like a brush 310 eye base brush from Etude House. I'm just going to pack them on. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but this one has already given me like a very pink kind of shade on my eyelid, so you have to be really careful not wanting to look too pinkish. So it's just all over the eyelids, like an almond shape. And then I'm going in with a little bit of this peach shade just around, like saturated more in the middle, right here. I'm not going to use a lot, I'm just going to use a little bit to deepen up the colors, and I'm just going to blend. Yep, like this. Okay, and then I will try to use this one over here, but I'll mix it in with a little bit. So I'm going to go very lightly, just tap a little bit, tap off all the excess. Because usually when I use my hands, I usually kind of just, you know, tap it onto the back of my hand just to get the color off a little bit. So I'm going to do this as well. And then I'm going to pack onto like the outer third. I think using brush definitely helps to control the amount. Yeah, so just the outer V a little bit, not too much, just to shade. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with a detail brush from Etude House as well, and I'm going to get into the darker brown shade, the darkest brown shade. So again, I'm going to tap it off and then focus on the outer V, like just around the crease area. So my crease is over here, so I tend to just saturate the darkest brown around the color here, almost like a liner kind of thing. So then I can also wink it out a little bit like that, and then I'll just bring the rest of it along the crease. Yep, and then I bring whatever I've left down a little bit here. But I usually skip the under lash here because I don't have a brush that I detailed enough with my fingers just to bring it there. So I tend to skip that when I'm touching up. But since I have a brush, I usually like to bring whatever I put in the outer V across. I just like to run it through my lower lash line so that it's actually easier to. Yeah, so it's just easier. Alright, so I don't think I want to do this eye because I think it's very time consuming. So yep. Alright, okay, we're just gonna do it. Change my mind, I'm gonna do it. So yep, So this eye is a little bit difficult to do or to draw because I don't know, like I can do it with my eyes open with this eye, but for this one it's very difficult for me. Yeah, because maybe my face is like, it's not really super symmetrical. I would feel like it have a bit of, yeah, but anyways, yep, just running a little bit and then run the rest down the lash line. Yep, so a very light makeup, I would say. And then next, I'm going to go in with these two shades with my fingers, and then just going to pack them onto the center of my lids like this. I'm not sure if you guys can see though, but it did pick up onto my fingers really well. And then I'm just going to spread that across. I do wish that this palette has a white brow bone powder so I can actually highlight them, especially when you are kind of like touching them up. But yep, so this is it. Below, I'm not sure if you guys can really pick up the glitter, but yes, this is it. Okay, I like that it has a bit of a subtle shimmer going on there. I like it. Yep, so before I move on to my cheeks, I'm going to actually draw in my eyeliner, and then I'm going to put on the eye switch from 3 Concept Eyes, and then I'm going to go on to the blush. So be right back. Right, so I just put on my liner. I use brown eyeliner, by the way, and then I'm going to go in with Petal. So usually, okay, look at this. So this is the amount of product that actually got picked up, and I think it's a little bit too much to be putting around the aegosau area. So I will just tap a little bit off at the back of my hand, and then with whatever that's left on the brush or the applicator, I will try to kind of just pack them around areas like this. Just a little bit along this area. I don't want to put too much because I don't like super glittery effect, but just going to tap it this way. Please remember that when you're doing this, don't poke it into the eyes, it hurts badly. So just put it, you know, parallel to your eyelids, and then just slowly pack the products in this. Okay, and then with whatever that's left, tap a little bit onto the center of the eyelids. Yep. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I'm just gonna pack up a little bit more, just so that you guys can actually see its full impact. So that's a little bit too much. Yep. So this is it. Yeah, I hope that you guys can see it. I'm not really sure because from the viewfinder I can't really see a lot of the glitter. Yeah, I can see a little bit of them, especially when there is light. I just feel like it catches a lot of light, and because the glitters are pink in color, they are beautiful. Yep, so usually with this kind of look, I prefer something like a little bit of like a peach mauve type of blush, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to use the blush that is in this palette. And usually I like to use a stippling brush because the blush that I'm using is from Tarte, and it's very like hardly stamped into the pen, but this one is really very like fluffy. Like the powder kicks up really a lot. Yeah, so you have to use like a softer brush. So I'm just gonna pack in. So just pick up a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in. Not sure if you guys can see, but yes, I'm gonna go a little bit heavy-handed because I want you guys to see the whole entire So I usually like to bring my blush all the way here just to contour my face a little bit. Yep, and then I just bring it downwards. And same for this side. I'm not sure if you guys can pick this up in the camera, but I'm just gonna go a little bit heavy-handed just so you guys can see the color of this one as well. Yep, I think that's quite heavy-handed for me. So as you guys can see, I think you guys can pick this up, but it is very I think almost a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys can see how it picked up, but it's actually really strong already to the skin. I'm not sure if you guys can see the blush, but I think anymore it makes me look really weird. Yeah, I think you guys can see it now. Right, so I don't know how it picks up on the camera, but for me personally, I feel like it's very Barbie pink, and it's just not my cup of tea. But then I'd rather have this kind of color on my face. At least I have some color on my face instead of just going, you know, like dead zombie like out after working. So yes, and then yeah, then after you curl on your lashes. Okay, basically I'm just using like this random Maybelline Lash Sensational Lash Multiplying Mascara. I used to like this one a lot, but recently it has been smudging on me so much that I just can't use them anymore. So I'm just gonna use this one, which I think I tested out yesterday but I was out, and yeah, it kind of just do good, honestly. Like, I feel like it really did its job. It doesn't make my it doesn't smudge around the lower lash line, and it just basically, it's a very clean mascara, I would say. But it doesn't separate because of the wand. I think it didn't separate my lashes as long as I want it to be. But honestly, I think as long as it's very clean, right, I don't mind it, honestly. Yep, then usually I like to set a little bit before I curl them. I usually curl my lashes after I do my mascara because I feel like it kind of makes them stand a little bit more, because my lashes here in Singapore is very humid. So like if you curl your hair or if you curl your mascara, a lot of them tends to drop. So then this is what I do to counter that. So this is how it looks like. But anyway, moving on. Okay, so now going on to the last, because I didn't get other colors because it's out of stock. A lot of the colors was out of stock, and I managed to get this one. So this one is Staycation. It's a bright orange color. It is so bright. Like, when I first got it, I was so scared. Okay, and this one, the applicator because very little product, so it's good. Like, you don't over picked up product, and you do not how do I say it? Like, you do not need to worry about, you know, like cleaning off at the edge when you have too much product on the applicator. Yep, so I'm gonna apply that now. So actually I'm very skeptical. You guys see there's a dry patch over here, and it's actually accentuating it. So yep, this is Staycation on my lips. I didn't want to get a lot of the colors as well. It's also because I feel like the texture kind of scares me a little, because before I purchased any of these products, I was looking through reviews and all those, and a lot of people say that it reminds them a lot, the texture reminds them a lot of the Petal Airy Velvets. As much as I like the colors that were released, I think from number 6 to number 10, the texture is very sleepy. It's very, like, it's airy, but I feel like it's very sleepy and doesn't stay on very well. And now that I have it on, it does reminds me a lot of those products, but it's less slippery. It's like more like a mousse with that airy kind of velvet kind of texture, but it's not as slippery as the Petal Velvet Airy Tints are. And they give a soft focus look on minor lip line. But if you have a dry skin like I have over here, it does accentuate. Yep. And they have a very strong powdery scent for this one. I believe when I swatched the rest of the colors, like the usual colors from their velvet lines, they are not as strong. It's more like a vanilla scent. This one's very powdery, almost a little bit like artificial, which I don't really like, but I like the color or how it shows up on the camera. It's very bright and it looks good in photos. Yeah, but yeah, so that's it. This is the final look, and I'm gonna probably give you guys some swatches of the palette so you guys can really see. So I'll probably like just do it over here then. So I have this one, first 2 rows like that, and then I will also have this, and I also have this one, and then I also have this too. So I have this one right here. So these two are the glittery shades. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but hopefully it's picking up alright. Yes, it's picking up better now. You can see they have chunky glitters, but they are not as chunky as the eye switch are. And then I'm going to use this too, like here. Yep. And then these 2 colors. And then last but not least, I'm going to use the blush. Yep. So, and then you have okay, and then this is the blush swatch heavily with a little bit of like a spreaded kind of blended out swatch for you guys. So as you guys can see, the blush is very pastel, very fluorescent. It has a very cute vibe for me, because I feel like I'm a little bit tan. From the camera I might look fair, but I'm really like a little bit like a light medium olive, like NC25 probably. And a lot of these colors tend to pull a little bit too fluorescent on me, and I don't quite like the look. But I feel like it's better than not having a blush with you, especially you wanted to bring a palette out and just touch up during the day or when you're really busy and just need one product that's very easy to carry with you. So I think, yep, so these are the swatches. Yep, and then this one are the eye switches. This one is the lip product, the velvet lip tint in the Staycation. So, and this is the look that I achieved. Did I have lipstick in my teeth? I don't have a little bit. So yes, this is the look. Yep, correct. Right, so yes, this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoy this mini review kind of video. I'm not sure how it is gonna show up in the camera, or in the video, then I'm going to edit and give you guys, just because I'm really not comfortable with doing such things. But I feel like it's informative for you guys, and you know, reviews are never too much, because you just have to find the right person that has the same skin tone probably, or like the same preference towards something, and just kind of take him or her as a gauge to whether you want to purchase the products or not. So I hope this is informative for you guys, and yes, that's a wrap. So I hope you guys like it, and I'm going to probably edit this and then upload this straight away. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye!